can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Go home. Go hard, go hard, or go home. Go hard, go hard, or go home. Go hard, go hard, or go home. Touchdown like a end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, know you're looking man down. Funny how foes to the friends now. Drive a race car like a tar now. Call pulling up, I need product. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on me. Don't even know my style. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like a end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. I'm a warrior, I go back to back, then go back to back. If I top the top, then I double back and I'm topping that. Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money fast. Same team, I don't set trick. Now with God, it's electric. When they put the mix on my toes, me and bro, that's the give and go. Stick my 100, end zone. Keep them coming, I know. I don't slow my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that. I just wanna give my mama 100 racks. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like an end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like a end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, know you're looking man down. Funny how foes to the friends now.
Hi, ladies, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Let's kill that. What's going on? Hello, Joy. Imp in the house. What's going on, Curtis? Long time no see. Robin, what's going on? Oh, I got this chain clicking on the desk. Yeah, I thought I'll pop in on y'all, see who's been naughty and who's been nice. What's been going on? What's been going on? What's the news? What's the word on the curb, y'all? What's the word? I'm finally recuperated. I'm recuperated, you guys. I had to give myself a week of some birthday time, some enjoyable time for Pap and family. So y'all know how that goes. Been looking around, seeing the debates still going on about Mr. Kelly and this paperwork and the text messages. It's pretty rough. Pretty rough with all the perceptions, the perceptions of words. The perceptions of words and how they are depicted and dictated and what everybody wants it to be. Queenie, what's going on? Everybody wants it to be. So, I'm gonna start off with this live. I really didn't come on to do no R. Kelly. I really didn't, because R. Kelly is gonna just always stay in my prayers, and that's just that. Amongst with his attorney, Curtis. I took me a good old week off for my birthday. I did. Y'all ain't send no birthday cash either. I'm so mad at y'all. I'm like, oh, look at the team that I have. Let me talk about how poor I live and live in a hut and ain't had a job, right? Just for a little bit. I hope he don't get me, but if he do, then he do. It is what it is out here. I'm so tired of feeling like you have to be threatened about sharing on information, right? But yeah. Whew, I'm recuperated. It ain't like you're 16 no more. I'm telling you, boys, you can bounce back at 16. You saw the birthday? That's what's up. I upgraded my stream. Pretty cool. So now I can drop a link and I can have collab cam over here on the stream labs. I was like, yay. The only thing is it asked me, okay, let me do this for a minute because it's asking me to open the web browser. So I hope I don't lose y'all because I just want to give it a try just for a second. I'm going to jump back to y'all. Y'all not going nowhere. I just can't see you. Well, yeah, I can see you. Y'all on my other screen. Okay, so there you go. So it says if I take this and... Wait a minute. Okay, so where's the print thing at? Hold on, because now I got y'all on a different. Let me put y'all there so I can see y'all for a second. So it says, now I gotta find the damn shit, y'all. Hold on. It says if I put the link, it's some new shit, boy. I swear. StreamYard is so difficult. I know, Curtis. I know. Where is it? Now, where did the heck did the damn link go? Okay, don't install that right now. Hold on. What happened to the damn link? I copied the link. I started to put it on my... You know what? Now it's asking me to verify that it's me. Ain't this crazy? I'm already in. What's it doing that? It didn't jump to some other shit. Oh, how y'all get over there? I'm just chitty-chatting with y'all. So, that's it. Because I haven't seen y'all in like a week. So I kind of miss y'all. Okay, get that off. Okay. So now that that's up. Oh, there y'all go. Okay. So what I want to do is try to put the freaking link to webcam. I want to see if I'm able to do so. It's what I want to do. Okay. Oh, let me see. Okay, so there it is. Okay. All right. I'm going to need somebody. I know y'all don't like to come on, but just hit the link so I can see if you're going to add on my stream. And then once I add you, then you can go off. I just want to see if it's going to work. So hit the damn link. Hit the link. Hit the link. I know y'all don't like to. I know y'all like to stay hidden, but turn your camera off. Thank you, Frankie. I need somebody to just hit the link because I want to see how it's going to prompt me to say, okay, add. So, and I know that you got to do it through your web browser. Who's going to be brave enough to do it for me? Probably nobody, right? So I'm going to have to do it myself from my phone. Y'all be some straight up chickens out here. Chickens, chickens, chickens. Thank you, Curtis. It's all good. Thank you. Thank you. I know how people are, and I know that they have to kind of, to destroy the gift of giving out here has just kind of been destroyed because you've had so many, just, out here or claiming that you are a scammer and you're this and you're that. So it's only if it's from the heart, and those are the people that I want around me and blessing me as well as I bless others. If y'all missed Stand Up to Be Counted live this morning, she do schedule her lives. If you are in for a good word for the day, right now she's teaching out of the Revelations. So yeah, I might want to peep in and check her out. Shout out to all of my new subscribers. You know who you are, so I don't have to shout it out. So they are coming in. So I appreciate that. Like I told y'all, I'm not going anywhere. It's just sometimes it's time out for family. And y'all know Coda Bear keeps me busy. So I'm going to try to share my screen. So give me a second. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to let y'all hear it. Because that was important. I felt that one, and I watch a lot of this guy's lives, his little short lives. He don't go actual live. He does the previews and he drops them, right? And after that, I had to go and be a little nosy, see what's the word on the curb. So I peeped in a little bit. And of course, it was a debate going on about the whole paperwork thing. But it was something very interesting that he had pointed out that I, kind of gave it that inner thought. I had already crossed my mind in my head, but I'm like, you know what? These people gonna do what it is that they want to do anyways. And it was a mirroring. It was a um, debate mirroring off of something that had came out years ago, and it was about those parents, right? And Dubosky had the chant, where were the parents? Scooby Doo. He chanted that, but instead, the repercussion behind that ended up being someone who, decided to develop people under the terroristical act, under a terrorist act, and they were this people and they were that people and they were this people, and then it just went from one thing to another. But as I was listening to the live, and I'm thinking that's kind of what he was doing, bringing some awareness to the disclosure of the parents being behind the Jane Doe number 5. But now, I guess since it's coming from that stable over there, it's supposed to have more validity to it, and they read the paperwork hard. They read that paperwork aggressive and it said and blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, let me pull this one up. Hold on, right? And sometimes I be wondering, am I the only one, that noticed it? That noticed something, right? Let me see if I can find his live. Hold on. I'm usually not the prepared one. I tell you, I'm telling you, I'm usually not the prepared one out here. Oh, not at all. Everybody else be having their shit all lined up, but I only just jumped on here to say hi to you guys. Okay, so this is his live, right? I think that this is the one. Let me see. Yeah, I think that this is the one. Let me see. So I do not own the rights. I don't know. See, it says go through. Hold on, let me pause this. Because it says go through the, once you click on the link, you have to go through the web browser. So let me click on it first before I get into this video so that you guys can hear this. I'm going to click on the link myself and see if I can add myself on the camera, which I do not have on right now, but let me see what happens. The link is taking you out of a site to taking you to a site out of YouTube. Join to youtube.com. Okay, so let me go to the site, see what happens. Okay, it says loading. I have to allow it. Okay, it's allowed. Okay, so then it says, oh, so then it says you're going to join OnePap's stream. It says to please add your name and check it. So you was backstage, but see, that's why I don't see it. Okay, hold on. The microphone. Okay, so I'm gonna leave all of that, and I'm gonna hit join. Hey girls, I'm trying to join myself on the collab. So hold on, you guys, because Curtis was working with me, but I didn't see Curtis like backstream. Okay, my firewall, I got to allow that to unblock. Okay, so, oh, okay, I did. Now go away. Okay, so let me unclick the camera. What the heck is that? Hidden on stream. I don't know, y'all. I got Curtis and myself. We're trying to work because I got my Streamlabs now where I upgraded so I can allow people to come on this one too, but we're trying to work it and see how to do it. You can only get this shit done with somebody else. Ain't that crazy? Because it's hard to do by yourself. Let me go. Let me do. Oh, see, there it is. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I got to turn off. Let me see. Which one is this? Let me take this stuff off of here. Let me take that off. Okay, so where's the collab? It's not on. Hold on. I'm going to go in here into the settings probably. And okay, so there we are. I got to click on collab. Okay. Monitor only. Mount monitor and output. Okay, so that's on. Oh yeah, this shit crazy. What's been going on, Beauty and Claudine? Yeah, I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to see. I don't see where I see. I should have took the tutorial. I should have took the goddamn tutorial. If it's in the book, us niggas won't read it. That's what they say. But I don't see. It says that it's on. Okay, so let me. Okay, so it says show on stream. Okay, show it on. Okay, so where's the cam? See, that's what it looks like when I do it. It's like that. Okay. So, show on cam. Let's do settings. I got all of that right. Webcam. Oh, it's at 1 and 11. Hi, James. Y'all. Okay, it's not showing me how to click on to open up the cam. That's the thing. Let me go to properties. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. Oh, shit. Uh-oh, now I'm getting something else. Hold on. What was that? Sound like somebody. Hmm. I don't know what that noise is. Choose what to share. Nope, that's not it. Wait. Nope, that's not it. Oh. Oh, look at y'all on the screen. I'm figuring this shit out. Anyways, that's okay, y'all. I got to try it again another day with myself. I don't know what that noise is. I don't know. Hey, Harlem. You say you think I gotta come off the YouTube? Really? Okay, so yeah, but if I come off, I hate Streamlabs. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave off. Let me leave off. Okay, so I'm off. Okay, I'll worry about it another day because I want to kind of get through this right here. So give me a second. Give me a second. Let me put that up. Y'all can look at me. Go through the app. I'm gonna figure it out, nobody's, but like I say, I'm going to figure it out. I had been waiting on them to add that feature over here on Streamlabs. So I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna play around with it, and then I'll kind of go private on it, and then get my Dakota Bear to join in on it or something like that. So shout out to everybody that is still a member of my chat. I can't seem to get it over $100, so there's nothing that's been dispersed, but I do like to see y'all in green. I appreciate that. Now, let me share um 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 wait a minute, where is my second frame at? And I like Streamlabs too. I really do. Okay, I gotta find my second frame because I want to put this up. Let me go to Google. Here. There we go. I'm going to share that with y'all, right? This is NOYB. I don't know how many of you guys are aware of him. And yes, he has his own personal opinions and personal perceptions about the R. Kelly community. Over here, he's had his ins and outs with some of the guys that you guys know. But this one here in particular, I want to share with you guys because, like I said, he, was talking about something that I saw. And I just want us to talk about it for a minute. Now that I showed you guys the page, I am going to take his page off for a second, okay, while this plays. So give me a second. She may sit that transpired. Something important, because I don't get it. I just do not get it. Allegedly of the father. Now, new evidence, goddammit. Police discovered the legend that before Jane Doe number 5 father knew or suspected that she may just testify for the defense, that she may sit on a witness stand and spell out to the jury how he and his wife set the defendant Robert Sylvester Kelly up. God damn it! Sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. Me too. I'm sick of it. Listen to me. Listen. He was tossing and turning in the middle of the night, allegedly.
And he said, I got to do something to get her out of that damn man's place at the Trump. I got to get her on my side, because if she sit there and testify against me and tell the truth about what happened with me and my wife setting that man up, me working.
Pause. Gold. What are you talking about? I'll burn you all and your shoe collections. You're ruining the community. You're some clowns. Can I get a block in the chat? Get on up out of here. Ain't nobody talking about no shoes. Ain't nobody talking about some ruining the community. Go on. See you later. Have a good day. Should have came in a little bit better, a little bit nicer. This the new path. This the new path where I am going to have them block you. See ya, especially if you ain't rocking no membership. Get on up out of here. You don't get to talk in here. They didn't even make no come busting in here talking about some damn shoes. Thank you, ladies.
For the goddamn lightning company and how I coerced and set this shit up, I could go to prison. God damn it. At his wit's end, he made a conscious decision, allegedly. Allegedly. I don't give a damn where it comes from, who it comes from. If you got that man's private communication from a federal facility, I need it. I need it like a goddamn heroin addict or a crack addict needs drugs. I think that people allow me.
I'm not going to sit up there and read all that jibber jabbers and whatever to get
to the wait a minute, hold on. Wait, hold on, stop, wait a minute. How did you start?
So I started because I was in Minnesota at the time. I had 3 jobs. My girlfriend and I were going out to the nightclubs with fake IDs. I was a teenager, and she and I met these 2 guys at the bar.
A lot of women would say that's very unattractive.
You know what? I have to be honest with you, on my flesh and my wants and needs of the human body of a female, it's very attractive to me because I can meet a very wealthy man, I can meet a good-looking man, I can find a man that can take care of me and my family for the rest of my life, and I'll be happy. And that's our idea and fantasy we sell ourselves when we get into the business.
How y'all doing out there tonight, man? Let's just jump right into this. Isn't it just so ironic, like what I be telling y'all about with this guy, man, how he just ducks and dodges and then comes out every 30 days, and I mean, I want y'all to be honest with me. Do y'all think that, don't y'all find something funny with how he would sit up on his channel and you would sit there and debate and argue with the people that had your cousin put in jail? Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Does any of y'all see anything wrong with that? I mean, does Rob know that he's doing that? I mean, let's be honest about this, y'all. Does Rob know that you're doing that you're talking to the same people that had him put in jail? I mean, because that's like got to be the most weirdest shit in the world, to be sitting up, debating and arguing. You arguing with one lady that has an online law degree, another dude that had set up your cousin, other people. I don't get it.
Hold on. First of all, did he say an online law degree? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard that, because he's funny as well as presenting his perception of the news out here. Did he say online law degree? I'm like, damn, NYOB, damn. So, did you catch what he said prior to the online law degree? Make sure y'all hit the like button. He said that he couldn't understand how people are actually so engaged, that's my word, engaged, listening, to that, the cousin, the Kazan, depict and debate, decree and declare, all of this stuff with the main source, primary source with information, that's talking about the parents. Way back then, when the parents were being talked about, nobody wanted to hear it. Everybody was just fighting and da-da-da-da. And like I say, the terrorists developed and you're this and you're going to jail. But that's exactly what they were debating about. Now, when I say that the source captured all of the attention, pretty much, right? Even though they wouldn't let him talk as much. They didn't let him talk as much. I don't know why, but to even have the cross-examinations going on, it's like, it was weird. He was the primary subject out here with the other primary subject, the Angelo Clary, right? And he volunteered. He raised his hand, hey, yep, I will help you. I will put this out. I will do that. I will say this. I will get in contact with these people. I will get their stories. I will help get some evidence. I will write up these letters. I will send this over there, right? And I'm sitting over there like, it was like a Twilight Zone of a little bit of me watching it, right? So I had to jump back to NYOB just to make sure that, okay, he is actually saying what I was thinking. Let me hear it again. Oh, wait a minute. How did it get to that? No. I'm always fucking up. Okay, there we go. Let me get back to it.
It's the same thing you did with Choke. Law degree. The same people that had him put in jail. I mean, because that's like got to be the most weirdest shit in the world.
It was definitely weird in OYB. It was
debating and arguing. You arguing with one lady that has an online law degree. Another dude that has set up your cousin. Other people. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's the most weirdest shit in the world to me.
It was very, very weird.
And now you sitting there praising Whack. They really don't, in all actuality, give a damn about it. It's just a car chase for that dude, man. Now you sitting there.
Sorry, but I'm gonna have to agree with him on that as well. I'm sorry. That whole, Whack 100 thing is definitely a clout chasing thing, but if he feels that he's got all of the time and effort to do something more magically that needs to be done, and I use the word magically coming from the people, overruling or overstepping anything that Jennifer Bonjean, R. Kelly's attorney, is planning to do, I don't see it happening. You know why? Because his name is not documented on any legal paper to represent and to do anything for us, Mr. Kelly, except for hand out community verbal information that R. Kelly is asking to get passed out. And once he got hold of that, you take it to another level. And now it becomes an open forum debate. Where does those debate goes after that? Nowhere. Once they hit that end button, it's all over. Pretty much. That's it and that's all. As far as that's how I think about it. Caribbean, what's going on with you? Let's finish.
Like I said on the last post, you're doing the same thing with him as the same thing you did with Choke. You go look for anybody, it seems like they got like a lot of subscribers, and you try to plead Rob's case through them, as long as they saying, yeah, Rob got railroaded or this or that. Now, isn't that what it is, y'all? Or am I lying? What the fuck does Wack have to do with that situation and what's going on with Rob? So you want some dude that's involved with gang culture, because that's what his channel is built off of, fucking gang culture in LA. So you want that dude to speak up for Rob, and you think that by doing that, that's going to get Rob out. How crazy do you gotta be? That's the most stupidest shit on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And especially from a dude that's down in LA that won't catch phase with nobody. He runs. You claim that he can get info on people. Well, then how the fuck do you think he can get this info? Where is he coming from? Is he part of the feds? I mean, I'm from LA, my niggas, and I'm telling you the real deal. That's not going to help you get your cousin out of jail. Going down that road, praising this man, and then as soon as he turns his back, because I watched Wack get into it with 40 Glock back in the days. When them two niggas was going back and forth, you got a nigga from Colton, then you got a nigga that's way out, like I said, in Panorama City, that's in the valley. None of these niggas was from LA, and they was going back and forth. Then all of a sudden, that shit kind of died down. I sat back and I watched all this shit go down. I watched all of it. I don't understand how that is going to help your cousin get out of jail, sending them over there. And what I really don't understand is, like, why hasn't he still haven't been on your channel yet?
Mm.
And then all these people, because like I said, they don't have no religion, they don't believe in anything, so they just fall for anything. The apple that fell off the tree, and they believe Eve ate it. And this is how all this shit came down.
Well,
it just amazes
hold on,
me, man.
hold on, NYOB. Hold on just 1 second. I don't think that is fair to say that everybody believes in anything, so I'm going to have to retract that. I think that we just like to be, you know, in the center of attention, and we have a lot of people that, you know, that's involved in the go along, get along. And, you know, as long as the profile names are being seen and the pictures and things, and, you know, you get that notary, you know, hey, how you doing in the chat, and then you become part of something. So there's a lot of people out here that just does not have that individual substance of being somebody. You have to join something to be, you know, somebody, to, you know, acquire the substance, the feeling that a person wants to feel internally, you know, just momentarily. Hey, you know, they saw me and they shouted out my name and things like that. So that's part of a big percentage of what's going on. So I don't want to agree totally with the fact that, you know, everybody is just, you know, the way that you said that they were. I don't. So what you say, Leela is noticing, baby, I got a whole nother presumption behind that Carib. I do, you know, but hey, that's, you know, hey, if I put that presumption out here, all hell will break loose. Do you hear me? It's gonna be some but baby, if you can take your mind, just back, you know, just a couple of lives ago, take it back there. So you can't lose track of the main headlight. You know, I'm talking about the headlight on the front of a car. You can't lose sight of that. You always got to keep that one or that subject at the top, and because you know things breaks off, you know, branches, you know, it's always the root, things grow up, then it branches off. You can't lose sight of that Carib. Okay, that's right. If you guys are rocking the pap emojis out there, go ahead and light them up in the chat. I appreciate that too. I like seeing those. But you feel me on that one, Carib? You feel me? Because no matter who you are, what you are, it's always going to be a motive and an agenda. Okay? Just like what we're talking about while we interpret some of NOYB live that he did, his commentary, I guess we'll call it commentary because he does not go live. His commentary on the YouTube cousin. And now, I understand, everybody likes to have that debate because we have to see who's the smartest and who knows what. And everyone likes to hear, themselves talk and and all of that shit, But it was weird. It was really, really weird. One main thing that's weird to me is that I get it with the whole, we can be copacetic, What I don't get is the continuance of the debate on the main subject, which is Mr. Kelly. When Drunken Larry hit the streets, I remember my first live, and I was like, wow, he's crucifying, Mr. Kelly. And that was before I kind of really know much about his speaking or how much he had indulged himself into helping convict Mr. Kelly. Okay. So I watched him and I watched him and I watched him and I watched him and I was like, wow, he really has it in for Mr. Kelly, and he made it very personal about how, he does not like, child trafficking or any kids or what minors. It was the minors. It was the minors. It was the minors. And here in front of me, I have this whole trafficking indictment section, right, on Mr. Kelly, right, all the way from Jane Doe #1 back in 1994, and and I've read it and I've read it and I've read it, and do you know that as many times as I've read this, I still don't see anyone that was around the age 16 and under, unless I'm overlooking it, maybe. But I don't see a 10 or 11 or 12 or 13-year-old. I don't see any of that. I remember reading something in here, too. I don't know if it was Jane Doe 11 or somebody where it said that they didn't want, something about they didn't want their parents. Let me see which one. They didn't want the parent to know about a specific situation and all of that. So something was settled with a letter or whatever. Probably was through Susan Logan or something like that. I don't know. But this whole thing still circumvents around the whole, where were the parent thing. So I sat and I listened to them. They obviously don't think that it's weird. And that's because they made a choice to have this feeling, this lovely feeling of having the debates with Drunken Larry. And I'll still stand on what I said from 3-4 years ago that, wow, he was a crucifier. He did pretty much collaborate himself alongside Angelo. Now, when you look deeper into, like I did, listening to them go and do a repeat with the whole paperwork thing, I'm like, is he pressing? Is Drunken Larry sitting here pressing on like the parents that hard? Back in 3 years ago, this is the way that I'm thinking. Well, had he mind his damn business, he wouldn't be trying to save face. That's just what I see. I also see it where he's trying to have communion. I'm gonna get these group of people and then they're gonna start helping me now call out these parents. Do y'all feel that way? Do y'all, he said the bear working it. Yeah, he working it. Do y'all feel that way? I'm like, has he gotten the cousin and the other panel of people to help now, save faces on this? Because, he spent some time separating himself from Angelo. He spent a lot of time doing that. And now I'm going to call out a bunch of Angelo shit. I'm gonna call out Angelo's, what's his wife name? Clary, his wife. And I'm like, what? No. How do you step out of one pair of shoes and help, do your part with information, delegating and shit to Mr. Kelly to now it's we finna get the parents. I'm so upset with the parents because they had a role to play in this as well. Shit was crazy. It was crazy. You say they gonna stop soon. He don't seem to think so. And it don't matter because he's sitting over there with, like NOYB says, a whole community that because that word cousin is entitled or enlisted with his name, Levi, hey, that brings him some statue, That brings him statue. Let me finish listening to NOYB.
It just amazes me. And y'all know that I'm not lying. That's not going to help. The BOP, all that shit. I don't believe. Look, man. They didn't do anything about it. Now, did they? When that lady was retrieving this man's info and his phone calls, we all know that was wrong. But what did they do about it? Because right then and there, that should have been thrown out. We've all seen on the news when the police is chasing somebody down because they robbed the store or they did some shit. They took the police on a 5-mile chase. Then all of a sudden when the police do a maneuver and skid their car off or they get them off the road, however, then as soon as they get them out the car and go to beating on them, 9 out of 10 times, they're going to drop all of those cases on them just because the police violated their rights because they so amped and they so hyped that once they got their hands on this dude, they put him on a high pursuit chase. Now they're becoming the animals and the criminals and they're beating them down. And then the case just gets thrown out. How many times have we seen that, y'all? But for some reason, when it comes to Rob, they didn't do that. And I keep telling y'all, it's because, do you understand the reality of a big lawsuit if they find out that you got people that are coercing to keep this man in jail that's behind the scenes, that's government officials? That's a big ass fucking lawsuit, man. And they would rather have something done to Rob in jail than to admit to it than to let it go. I just hate to say it, but it is what it is. They're not going to sit there and admit all that bullshit and let that shit go by because they know the repercussions behind it. And by you trying to get with some nigga that's down in LA that got issues with every goddamn set, even his own set is tripping. I mean, that's not going to help Rob get out. And then saying he's official, this and that. Like I said, this man has said a lot of disrespectful shit out of his mouth from Nipsey on down. And me, like I said, y'all kind of know my story. I'm from LA, but I'm no longer in there. But I know what Wack and a lot of these clowns are all about out there, man. And if niggas is getting your info and shit like that, that's because they got help from the government. When are y'all just going to really just sit back and let Bonjean just do what she does? Because we've sat back, sir, for many years now. You go from one extent to the other. First, you said that you was giving Bonjean this powerful document, and this is going to get Rob out. Then that didn't work. Then you said you was going down.
Yeah, I hear him clapping.
Then that didn't work. Then you said you was going to do this, you was going to do that. This nigga's going to jail down in Bonebrook. All you keep doing is playing these games, man. You running games on your subscribers. We have yet to see anything that has come out your mouth that you have stood by on 10 toes down that's going down. All you do is look for people that have got a subscriber and a following, and then you'll go pitch Rob shit to them and see how they feel about it. And then the next thing you know, they white and bread wine on wheat bread. And then you just try to run with that shit. That's what you do. You've been doing this for years now. And then you'll disappear. You do it just, and I have a lot. Anybody can go back and listen to any of the lives I did. You do it exactly in the steps that I said, y'all. Y'all know that I'm not lying. And then you got these stupid ass women, these other females. I mean, these zones, these sky. What sky zone is that? I mean, is Sky City, Sky Zone? Which is two sky zones? I mean, all this shit, man. Y'all just gonna have to. You're gonna have to. Let this woman do her job. Nothing that y'all are doing
he
on
goes
your
by
channel
the name
besides just doing what I'm doing. That's not gonna get him out. You're not gonna be bringing some aware to some juror. You might be pissing some juror off that might get picked, and they'll go in there and say no just because they don't like y'all niggas.
Absolutely.
That's facts.
Absolutely. I agree.
That's facts. I mean, every time you disappear, then you come back, then you say all this shit, then you're praising this man, and I got his number, and yeah, we gonna get together, and we gonna... Nigga, they ain't not listening to what Whack is saying. That's whack. I mean, shouldn't his name, like, tell it all Whack? I mean, it is what it is. You keep doing this shit, and then, like I said, on your platform, you're debating and with people that had the man locked up, and y'all keep going back and forth over this shit. I don't think that Rob knows this shit, man. Because if I was Rob, I would be pissed off at you for even talking to somebody that has something to do with me going to jail. That shit is just not cool. That's like two sets being on two different sides of the block, and you're conversating with the other side from my enemies, and then you sitting over there like, ha ha, he here with these niggas, and I'm in jail for life because I done blasted back on them because they done took one of ours, and so I had, that's what that is, what you're doing. And we've said this before. This shit is crazy, and y'all wonder why. Y'all wonder why. Y'all run around, like I said, you know, oh, it's a publicity stuff, all this crazy shit, man. And it just makes me come out and just say even more about how I really feel about it, because it's crazy at the end of the day. Let this woman do her job.
Absolutely. Y'all agree with that? Put a 1 in the chat. If you agree with that, put a 1 in the chat. He won't let her do her job. Well, I won't say that. She's doing her job. It's just that as a community, you know, we get to sit out here and watch others, you know, attempt to merge themselves inside of this lane of Mr. Kelly when, you know, none of their names are on these official papers. Who in the heck is this? Hold on, y'all. About to hang up. Hello.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Look here, I just talked to Greg.
Yeah.
So it's next Saturday. So, what time you want us to come and scoop you up Saturday?
What time it start? Like noon, right?
You know, I don't know. I didn't even. I forgot to ask him.
I got it at work. So I got it at work, and you know what? I think it's like 20, 25 bucks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That shouldn't be no problem getting in.
All right. All right. So
Here, get back to me between now and Friday.
we'll do.
What time you want me to come and pick a
Shit, that's almost like what, an hour ride, right?
Yeah, about 45 minutes to an hour. It ain't that bad.
Yeah.
I done been there before.
Mm.
It's not that bad. It's a nice little drive.
All right. Well, I don't want to be out there all day. I told you that.
Oh, no, we ain't gonna be out there all day.
Okay.
We're gonna go out there and raise the flag a little bit, you know, for Greg.
All right. I'll hit you up.
Have a little bite to eat and to bring our asses on back.
Okay. I'll hit you up before Thursday and let you know.
All right, cause her daughter and her little friend might want to go too.
Sounds good.
It'll be about 4 or 5 of us going all at one time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Later.
Holla.
Well, bye. What? What? you you on my live? Tell these people how cool BFF I am to you.
What?
Tell the people how I am to you. Ain't my good people. You on my live.
Yeah. You alright, baby. You know you are.
Say
I'm just
what's
messing
up.
with
Say
you, you
what's
know.
up to my live.
I know you got the people live, so I had to mess with you.
I know
I
that's
couldn't let
right.
that opportunity get past. But look here, you're gonna have to show me how to get on YouTube so I can do my stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, I got
Okay?
you. All you gotta do is come on through. We'll sit down here and go through it.
All right.
All right.
Because all I need to do is know how to do it on my phone, and I can go from there.
I got you. I got you.
All right, babe.
All
All
right.
right. I'll talk to you.
Yeah,
Oh,
let-
look here. We'll touch bases when we get together.
Sounds good. Yep, I got you. All right, later. Bye. All right, y'all. That's one of my good buddies. One of my good buddies. Yeah, he showed up to the party. He had a good time too. So, but he wants to start him a channel. But he talks all of yeah, he gets deep into his stuff, y'all, real deep. I'm like, okay, But anyways, yeah. Welcome everybody again. Welcome to the chat. Where were we? Oh yeah, NOYB. I kind of agree. I'm not kind of. I agree. Totality with what he was saying. They just won't let him handle it. So, and I say this to say that, right? I say that to say this. I'm sorry, because I was listening to the live a little bit, right? And I would hear Levi say some things, right? And it was agreeable. You know what I'm saying? And I guess you just become, I don't know, a different breed. Sometimes when you know what you think you know, if it's not to help the other person out, sometimes you just gotta you just gotta STFUP. You just gotta shut up. You gotta shut it down. You don't go and make yourself feel so important because you do know. You know what I'm saying? Because you can validate it. What are you validating something? Like your cousin is locked up, for instance, for example, right? I did hear them speak about something about the video, right? And I swear I hear like the Levi person going, well, agreeing to like the video, like, yeah, like, yeah, it's him. Oh, okay. And or the text messages. The text messages. Strike the video. The text messages, right? Well, yeah, he's conversing. He's conveying with her. Like what? Like kill that shit. Like, why do that shit has to be impromptu? Why? Why? Why does that have to be validated? It's stuff like that. You gotta leave it in the courts. You know what I'm saying? But I get it, to join in to a conversation and you get asked a question. Then you don't plead the goddamn fifth. Hey, Jim Derogatis went right on through the courtroom with the fifth. But I just didn't get it. Some of these cases let's, because I want to talk about a little bit of the discussion, the part of the indictment called the discussion, right? Some things I also, and this is not no attack or anything and no such on no freaking diva divine. I was listening to some of her live, and yeah, she's reading it verbatim, of what she's reading it. She's also reading it coming from a prosecutorial perspective, a prosecutorial write-up. She's also reading it like this is what the girls said and she was there. She's reading it kind of like that. I believe totally of what the females were saying, and she has her right to do so. Let's put that out there, okay? But if you take a stance back and you read this with a more open mind, you kind of gotta balance it out. You know what I'm saying? For example, if we're going to say that, well, Diva Divine likes to use the parts in the indictment about the knowingly, right? Well, Mr. Kelly intentionally, this is how Diva Divine reads it, right? Sought these females out and purposely handpicked them, brought them over to where he may have been at a specific time, right? Whether if it's a concert or vacation or whatever. And he knowingly decided to say, I'm going to sex you and I'm going to give you the herp. That's how she reads it, right? Now, I stopped pulling all the paperwork. I stopped going on Pacer and all of that stuff, right? I still don't recall where it actually states that Mr. Kelly knowingly knew that he may have been infected with this virus. Hey, Renee, knowingly knew. So, let's do Faith Rogers. That's her name, right? Yeah. Grown as can be. Not a minor. Grown. So Diva Divine, she goes hard on, well, then he has this sex with them unprotected. Not once did she say that Faith Rogers brought out a condom, insisted that Mr. Kelly puts one on. That's keeping it balanced. That's keeping the story balanced. She put it all on Mr. Kelly. And I was like, well, that's not fair. That's just not fair. You know, okay, somewhere it doesn't read anything about, you know, FR saying, well, hold up. You know, we can get busy, but let me run to the store, because she needed to protect herself as well. So I was like, oh, wait a minute, let me knock on Diva Divine door and ask her, well, why didn't FR not come protected as well? But the whole biasism of the way Diva Divine reads it is just, it's so biased. It's so unattractive. I'm listening to her and I'm going like, okay, are you going to point out some factors of where any of these females did anything to protect themselves? Nobody did anything. And and I get it, because she'll come back because somewhere in the discussion part, it talks about how the threats towards one of the Jane Does, which I believe was 6 or one of them, right? And it talks about how, he had these rules, and we had to go by his rules. I felt a Jane Doe number 5 always, all of a sudden, her stuff after how long of a relationship she had, all of a sudden on a stand, she felt intimidated. I understand. She wasn't intimidated inside of the Trump on that camera, shaking them tatas and wearing them different wigs and buying birthday cakes and doing all of that stuff. So I'm like, well, when did the intimidation stuff kick in? Oh, I forgot. That's pretty much around the era when Drunken Larry and Angelo started falling out. It's right around that time somewhere, and they stopped seeing eye to eye, and then she's got forced on a stand, and the people that put her on a stand says, well, either it's going to be your parents going down, or you need to take this man down. Just put in a compromising situation by your government. Coming from being a girlfriend. Oh, that right. He my man. Oh, he back of his head. Ooh, yeah. You have to unbias this shit. I'm just saying, because of the perfect picture, that they girl Jane Doe number 5 put out here. She led the whole community that he was untouchable. This is her nigga. Now, because the text messages dropped and she got hold of one coming from a whole, Tasha K spill down, and everybody I know wants to get that Tasha K part of an indictment. Bring her in. She's got hold of this information. It was unlawfully to do so and to put it out in the community. First, you have to go back and look at her journalism rights. There's journalisms out here that is also protected, by the law. Second of all, I'm sorry. I have to agree with some of the public where the person who pulled his stuff is the main person that needs to have whatever it is done to, Officer A. Sometimes when you try to go down further in the chain link, right? Nothing is gonna happen. If you got the power, you got the juice, you got it. It's always got to come from the person at the top. Isn't that what they did to Mr. Kelly when it came to the enterprise? What did they do? They didn't want the people at the bottom. They threatened a lot of them, but they didn't want them. They started it at the top. I think a lot of people at the bottom of this chain link is saved faces, whether if it's by Mr. Kelly or by themselves. For some apparent reason, he just, wants his attorneys to handle his situation and not him or any other people. It was something else that Diva Divine talked about, and I think it was Aaliyah and everybody else as well. What happened to Aaliyah? Mr. Kelly was, I believe, does not have a charge with marrying Aaliyah. Mr. Kelly, I believe, was brought into court with an attorney due to the fact of them trying to establish whether if he did any bribery to a public employee. See, they skipped all around past that other stuff because that would have been a much longer freaking trial dealing with that. Back again to square root number 1. Where were the parents? All of this stuff that they said that, was happening to Aaliyah, I'm pretty sure that you're going to have to bring some parents into that courtroom for some more understanding. And I don't think that they wanted to do that. So when you hear the word set up out here, I believe that when you speak about Judge Donnelly, right? Judge Donnelly, in my opinion, let a lot of things become admissible in the courtroom without further, what would be the word? Further investigations. There needed to be more people in. There needed to be more paperwork. There needed to be it needed to be more to follow up on a lot of the hearsay evidence of what the government brought. You put this stuff together, it's like you're reading some damn like it's a love story, but it's not, like it's not real. Like this shit here should not be in the courtroom. It just should have not been there. Especially when you start hearing, like Faith Rogers, she would say, well, that was her man. Kitty, that was her man. Rashana, that was her man. Everybody had that. That was all they man. All these good. When I start hearing that, I'm like, but they admitted like this was their man. But because the government picked this up, right, and decided to indict him, now all of a sudden it does not become their man anymore. He becomes a predator. He becomes a monster. He becomes a person in a cult. After I done heard a lot of them come on there and say, he was my man. He's good people. He's this. He's that. I'm like, this shit is crazy. So at some point, hey Sandra, it's almost like bag the shit up out of this, right? But back to NOYB, at the end of his commentary, like I totally agree with it. The more you try to stay into these debates and depict certain situations, the more you're telling some shit that just does not need to be exposed. It does not need to be told. Because you're trying to put yourself on a pedestal where you need to be proven of what you have dissected, what you have depicted out of paperwork or read. And it's back to square root number one. Who the fuck who came out here for y'all, for this? That everybody want to tell Mr. Kelly's truth or his story. Like he said he wasn't taking a stand. That should have been the end of it. That should have been the end of it. But when you try to become someone through someone else, this is a prime example. This is a prime example. This is a prime example of it. And I'm like, oh God, shut up. Shut up. Yeah, that was him in the text. Yeah, well, he is talking to her. Well, couldn't it have been that those texts were out and at that time when she said, well, that was her man? Who don't have text messages with their girlfriend? That was her nigga. Of course there are going to be text messages, but now since they went through the court of law, let's change the text messages up to mean possibly something else. Let's take them. Now, if we go over to the field of Drunken Larry, he's taking the text messages now to put them where he wants them at, which was back to square root number one. When Scooby-Doo was screaming, where were the parents? They shut it down. They don't want to hear that. Because at that time, he was rocking with the parent. He was rocking with that parent. Now it's about the parents. Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. Had they all jumped aboard with where were the parents and made that type of noise, just maybe they would have probably been, indicted like some people want them to be. Just maybe the whole totality of those text messages would probably come out. I was trying to find them today because I have them on the paper, on paper, right, where they had them blacking out a whole bunch of shit. Let me see if I can find it. They had them blacking out a whole bunch of stuff. Drunken Larry sits over there and he still tells them right in their face over there that there's a whole lot of exculpatory like they don't even know about, but he does. And they be sitting right over there laughing their ass off. Laughing. I'm like, don't y'all hear this, boy? Obviously not. Because what they do is sit there because it sounds so good to be in a debate to call somebody a liar or they're telling the truth or is this or that. That is like, this is what they want over someone else freaking life. Let me see about that. You couldn't even, I don't know. But that's kind of, oh, yeah, here they go. Here goes some of them. Rob got a niece about lying already. Just that quick. She has lied again. But this time was not just a literal. It tells you. So they took all of these, right? Exhibit A, the Exhibit A, the text messages seized from some of these were from the employee. These are the text messages that came from like some of the employees' phone numbers. So then you have the other text messages with the parents going on, right? Clearly, a lot of it has been, crossed out or whatever. And as someone from the outside looking in, like us, you try to patch in the holes and then add your perception on things. And the perception that a lot of people who was against Mr. Kelly came up with was, oh my God, like he's a monster. Especially when you read something, you can't go to the bathroom, because, they won't look at it like, well, you can't go right now because he was just making a quick stop and, for your safety. Don't want you to get off the bus. A lot of people, it's just how you look at it. I guess it's just like, shit, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. But, I don't know. I just, I still sit here from time to time and I may read this and be like, wow, it's crazy. It sucks that, Mr. Kelly made the choice and the type of life that he chooses to have, which was to have females in his circle, whether, they traveling to concerts and buying clothes and purses. That was his choice. And in the beginning, just like Azrael said, oh, he's good. Everything is good. But it seems somewhere where if things did not work out someone's way, or they didn't get their way, or maybe they didn't get paid that week or whatever, it's like, I'm about to turn on you. And that's pretty much, out of all of this paperwork that I have been reading, is what the hell that I get out of this stuff. People turned on him, all because of whatever the reason. The first, who do they have up on here first? 1994 case, back in the discussion of the indictment. Request to admit certain evidence. And as a prosecutor, you scrutinize and you'll go through and you will pull out, copy and paste what will fit the narrative to win and to support to support what you are, what you have brought the charges against Mr. Kelly. So now you got to dig and dig and dig, and only just going to pull out that damn bag of what fits it. Well, here, we can show you right here. We can show you right here. See, we can show you right here. We can show you right here. Now, amongst the whole community out here, and if the community is in a whole, one thing that can be agreed upon is, and like I believe John and Larry did say that, and I, sucks that it's him, but, I have to agree with him on it. The switching out of those attorneys did do a lot of damage control on Mr. Kelly. It did a lot. It did an awful lot with the switching out. Mr. Kelly not knowing who to listen to, who to ride with, and who to be with. It kind of hurt him a little bit. But will he prevail? Yeah, I think he will. But yeah, I always go over every time, and I go back and I listen and I look at where it says that certain evidence was put in motions, and then it was either granted or it was denied. 94. Can't believe that one came. Like 94. That was Jane Doe number 1. Yeah, when she was a minor, was that motion? It was granted. The judge wanted to hear about that. To help these people build this whole racketeering case. So he was charged with bribing an employee. According to the government, the defendant and associates bribed a public official. I've been read this, and I still don't see anything about charged with marrying a minor. I don't see that nowhere. Oh, wait a minute. Let me take that back. So that the defendant, also that he could marry Jane Doe number 1. as part of an effort to conceal the fact that he had the sexual contact with her when she was 15 years old. Let's stop right there, because when they put this in here, you know who could have validated that? A parent. Agree in the chat? A parent could have validated that, but for some reason, they kept the parent out of this whole goddamn Jane Doe #1 allegations against Mr. Kelly. Why? A parent could have been there and testified right there with that. Where was the damn parent? Why was the parent not there? It says, according to the government, the defendant and his associates, but yet then his associates were not charged with it. Demetrius, bribed a public official so that the defendant could marry her. So did they marry or did they not? Well, leave it to the community. They'll tell you that he did. They didn't say that he did. They said that it was a bribery that took place so that he could marry her at 15. At 15. Now, this was in 94, and I think that the only information that I seen out here was some crazy, stupid marriage certificate that was annulled in Detroit. So I guess there was a law or something about that absolutely had no signature on it. No signature on it. So I don't know if that made it valid or not valid. I'm not getting into the whole married thing, but there was some question marks there and whole. There were some question marks there about that, especially the one that I'm going to always stick to was when the government made this allegation on Jane Doe #1, all that they needed was to bring the parent in to say, well, yes, it happened, or no, it didn't happen. And they did not do that. They did not do that. They needed more of an evidence of some crap that was shown out here on the freaking internet and then the person who else took the stand with Demetrius flip-flopped. He flip-flopped. Like what? Okay, scratch that. We can't do nothing with that. Evidence of the defendant's sexual contact with Jane Doe #1 was inextricably intertwined with the evidence of the bribery established the motive for it. It established the motive. So just because allegedly that there was some attempt of bribery, right? Did the money even transpire? This story is so old, I don't vaguely remember this shit. But yeah, just because there was some bribery done, did the ceremony actually take place? And if it did, 100% validity can come from the parents. Bring the parent in. That's what they should have done, because they would have known. Not only the parent, I remember Leah saying several times that her brother was her best friend. He travels with me everywhere I go. That's what she said. The evidence was therefore relevant and not barred by Rule 404B, nor was it barred by 403. It was relevant and probative for the reasons just discussed, with no more inflammatory than the charged offenses. Of course, they throw the statutes in there. Yada, 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 yada. Then you had Jane Doe #7, back to 1991, where the government moved to admit the evidence that the defendant had sexual contact with Jane Doe 7. What do y'all think the evidence was? Was it leftover DNA? What was the evidence? Is there a video with Jane Doe #7 as a minor on it? What was the evidence? Said that she was a minor. Jane Doe #7 observed the defendant having contact with #1. Hold up. She observed it. government moved to admit the evidence that the defendant had sexual contact with Jane Doe number 7. That's number 7, when she was a minor. And that Jane Doe number 7, so she had allegedly the sex with him, and she also allegedly observed the defendant having sex with Jane Doe number 1. And again, no parent was called after the completion of having sexual intercourse. Nobody called. They don't even talk about the herp with Jane Doe number 7. Well, you can't talk about it with Jane Doe number 1. She ain't here no more. You can't get that. So now nobody took the time. The Diva Divine. You didn't take the time. You gotta go back, talk to Mr. Kelly, find out when did he learn that he had it. You need to sit down with Mr. Kelly. You did. You gotta sit down with Mr. Kelly. You gotta pinpoint the dates back. Allegedly, one of them could have gave him something. He don't know. You said that damn Andrea Lee McGee. Who blocked you? Why you get blocked? You was on her Instagram. You were on her Instagram. R. Kelly said, that's the point, is to keep negativity going, and it's very well calculated on. I do believe that R. Kelly's supporter. It's like, holy cow. Holy cow. Yeah, they don't have much on a discussion pretty much about, about her. Well, let me see what else they said here, though, Harlem. Let me see. In supplemental briefing on this request, the defendant argued that the evidence was needlessly cumulative. On August 18 and 21, before the opening arguments, it was granted. Yeah, it was granted. The request in part and denied the request in part. So it's two things. Some was granted, some was denied. I found that the evidence of Jane Doe number 7 witnessed sexual contact between the defendant and Jane Doe number 1. It was a lot that Judge Donnelly found, didn't she? She found this was admissible, this was admissible, this was admissible. she found a whole lot that she was just admissible. Shut up. And for the same reasons, the evidence of the defendant's sexual contact with Jane Doe number 1 was admissible. She also found that the evidence of the defendant's sexual contact with Jane Doe number 7 was not. So she did not find that admissible because it took place before the enterprise began. September 4th to 2021, the government renewed its request. That wasn't acceptable. So they came right back in September 4th, 2021, almost a month later, to request for its request to admit evidence of the defendants. Now they got some evidence. All the way from 1991. They got evidence now. Go figure that shit out. They had some evidence. That is preponderance. That is, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, you went on TikTok? She said she was gathering females that had been through something to join on all-female dance group. So I asked her, oh, girl, I know she blocked you. Oh, my God. R. Kelly supporter said, it's disgusting, all of that as debates, but he's using people like, yeah, I am so agreeing with you to do his dirty work. He's posing as a supporter, but he's really tearing his cousin. I think so. And I think that maybe he should practice the STFUP rule right now. I really do. You know, well, hold on. Let me retract that. I think that every individual, you just should be open to common sense. And those that are not, then I guess you're just gonna have to let them, soak it all in. R. Kelly supporter, go soak it in. But just like NYOB said, and a whole lot of other people, I mean, he said a lot of things were going to happen, and a lot of things has not happened on behalf of Mr. Kelly. Period. Period. You have to ask yourself at some point, why is it that he has to be hidden? He's going 10 toes deep, for his cousin. Like, no, I'm getting my cousin on here because I need to make sure, validation. These people, I got them behind me 100%. We're out here for you. But yet then, you ain't finna come on. Oh, you gonna come on my stuff because these people are doubting me. They're doubting me. And when in doubt, you got to bring it out. You know what I'm saying? Or until that happens, girl, R. Kelly support, I'd be like, boy, bye. Boy, bye. Now you just supposed to keep sitting here and believing. I believe. Yeah, okay. But anyways, do what they do. I don't give two hoots. I really don't. So, but yeah, Jane Doe number 7. They had found some evidence now back in September 4th, 2021, that they wanted to admit into evidence defendants' sexual contact. It says here that arguing that it was inextricably intertwined with the evidence the court had ruled admissible, and made an additional proffer that when the defendant had sexual contact with Jane Doe 7 and other minors, his associates knew what the defendant was doing. So they come back to say his associates knew what the defendant was doing. Well, the defendant opposed, but on September 9th, 21, it was granted the government's request. Okay. When they came back and said that they had renewed a request to admit evidence, the evidence that they were talking about were, in my opinion, some of who, y'all? The associates of Mr. Kelly. So whoever it was that was allowed to testify on behalf of Jane Doe number 7 was their evidence. And that shit was allowed. From 1990, this person was 1991. All we needed was someone to come up in here and to bag up her story after we done gave them a sheet of paper to recite. I need you to remember this down pat. Yeah. I need you to remember this, because if you don't, guess what we're going to do? We're going to lock you up too. So they had to find somebody that was part of Mr. Kelly's allegedly camp, threaten them, bring them in for hours, sit them down. You don't do this, because they needed evidence for Jane Doe number 7 to get granted and passed through for a freaking jury to hear. Now, did it say anything in here? It says, let me see if they gonna ask the government and witness sexual contact between the defendant, Jane Doe number 1, and was additional relevant evidence of the enterprise means and method. An association, in fact, enterprise must have a purpose and relationships among those associated with the enterprise. Accordingly, the evidence was neither unduly prejudicial nor cumulative. I ain't finna get all into this stuff, y'all. I'm just chitty-chatting with y'all. Just chitty-chatting. Anyways, I like reading over this stuff, from time to time. But Let me throw my shits and giggles in my show right now, because that's what I like to do. Let me put this back. But from time to time, I'm going to tap in and just started reading little pieces or whatever from Mr. Kelly's indictments. That's all. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I know what my faith and my prayer is, no matter how people feel. You can tell how amongst quite a few of these people, some of the ladies out here feel, and that's because out of, respectfully, they have been harmed or hurt themselves sometimes once upon a time, in their lives. So may peace be with them, as well as they continue to try to grow and move forward, from the damage that they have endured, because nobody should have to have it, but at the same time, there's always peace and healing in the land for oneself. You just have to find it and not use anyone else to inflict on because of something that you have, been through or is going through. We have to find other ways, and they say one of the main ways of doing so is prayer. You just have to pray on it, and prayer will strengthen you, So, but inflicting, God, stop. So, y'all know this is a woo child. Can I get a woo child in the chat? Let me see if I can find. Hold on. I can't find my other. Oh, wait a minute. How do I get to that? I done clicked the button, building. Building. I done clicked the button, girl. There we go. I'm trying to find my... Okay, there we go. I got it. It's up. It's up. It's up. Yeah, it was good while I was going, wasn't it? Y'all remember that one? Yeah, it was good while I was getting. It was good while I was getting. Yes. I'm looking for the other thing. But either way it goes, shout out to Jennifer Bonjane for sticking by Mr. Kelly's side. So, but this one right here, I'm gonna go find. Where is it? So, but yeah, now I'm happy that I could do the cam collab over here. So, like I said, I'm gonna play around with that probably later on tonight while I'm over. Tonight I've been on YouTube a little bit, but I've been in other places. So tonight I think Mad Pill got a scheduled live coming up, y'all. Y'all, he was going hard on the whole Cardi B thing over there the other night. So if you're looking and you want to join me, come on, let's sit over in Mad Pill, give him some likes or things for his commentary tonight, because I'll probably post in over there tonight. His deliverance be cool. So and I like going different places now, because this community over here really sucks. But somebody tell me, why did this happen? I got lost, and I know y'all probably got lost too, right? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Now, wait a minute. What is this? This is something else. Oh, that's something else. Yeah. So I saw that Booker was at the airport. Anybody know why he was at the airport today? Why? Because tomorrow he'll be in church. But today, for some darn reason, I don't want to say that, God failed him or he failed in God, but for some apparent reason, he was standing in an airport, waiting on Scooby-Doo. I'm like, this boy got too much damn time on his head, y'all. Way too much time on his damn hand. Listen, why? Why is he in the airport? Huh? Who in the hell, wait a minute, wakes up, stop doing what you're doing. I'm trying to find, hold on. Stop doing what you're doing, right? To stand in the middle of an airport, do a live, talking about meet me here. Where is he at, right? I'm saying to myself, no, up here a minute. There's a guy, of course, that's working in the airport, right? Steady telling him, no, you can't go do this. You can't. What, is this it? Oh, Lord, he's at lunch. I don't want to see that one. Where is he at? Okay, let me go here, right? Oh Lord, he live right now, y'all. Why he got Sylvia picture up and Scooby Doo picture? Oh my God. I'm about to get off so y'all, if y'all want to go see it, because it is time. But this one right here. How is he in the airport, right, looking like a terrorist? Okay? Now, the guy, the employee in the airport is telling him, well, no, you can't go down there. No, you can't go down there. Now, I can't understand why. Like, it was clearly noticeable, right? He's in an airport. Y'all know how these airports are about all this terrorist attack, right? Like, nobody was gonna call and report, hey, there's a suspect. There's a suspect in the airport making threats. Like, he's making threats on live. I'm like, how the hell is he getting away with this right now? Either he's away from everybody, so nobody is actually hearing him in the airport. Notice when the guy comes around who works there, hey Trans, who works there, right? They start talking about, well, no, you can't go in that direction, or no, that's closed, or that. Notice he gets quiet. He's not doing the threats when the employee approaches him. No, he goes quiet. He goes null, numb, blank. And I'm saying to myself, boy, in an airport, I could not understand. Like, immediately he should have been tackled by the enforcement up in there. Like, whoa, because this is suspect. This is suspicious behavior. Don't y'all think this is suspicious behavior? He not boarding. He doesn't have any luggage. He's walking around, apparently looking for someone, like to possibly attack or mug, rob. Don't he look like that to y'all? Because I was like, okay. I know that if I was there, like I'm going to the restroom and I might come out the restroom. I got my ticket, I'm ready to board, and I got my little duffel bag. I'm looking like I'm traveling, right? Or You have your sign, or you may have some more people with you that you are waiting to pick up someone who is departing, right? He ain't doing nothing but walking around up through there. That's suspicious behavior. Nobody said nothing. Nobody said nothing. I ain't traveling through the airport no more. How did he get away with this? How? How did he get away with this? How? How did he get away with that? Look at everybody with a suitcase. Look at that. Look at everybody probably with a significant other or with their children. Look at this. Backpacks. He in there with nothing. Nothing. On live, making threats. Meet me upstairs. Look, he ain't got a backpack. He ain't got luggage. He ain't got shit with him. Nothing but a phone. I'd have been over there like security, like, y'all gonna check that out? This makes me kind of nervous. I like to see people moving in the airport. I like to see you with your backpacks on, with your family, with your sign, waiting on, holding it up, waiting to meet the person who is departing to you, I don't see, this is very suspicious activity. And they let him. He just got away with it. He just got away with it. Happy Saturday to you too, Sheila. He did. I was cracking up. I was like, okay. And then, like, there's nobody around him to hear him say, well, meet me here. I've been standing here for 2 hours, or I'm about to peel your cap, or I'm about to bust your eye open. Nobody is hearing that. So, it's normal to the people that's actually traveling. Or we're doing what we do best. Everybody minds their business until it goes down. Until it goes down. Now we already know for a fact he ain't packing. Because you ain't getting in the airport with one strap on you. So he ain't got nothing on him. So when Scooby-Doo come up that escalator, he just gonna have to throw some hands, because he ain't strapped with the metal. Nope, no way, no how he got in there with one. So at least it would have been a fair fight, right? They would have been fighting with them. But overall, who has time to wake up and go chase down somebody, walk through an airport, go through checkpoint, do all of this filming, waiting on somebody else to lie to prove that they could fight? Who got time? This shit is lame. I was like, look at everybody. Bags. Look at that. A push luggage. Everybody going somewhere except for him. He came to the airport to go fight. Nothing else important to do in life right now but go and fight. So it turns out that this was Atlanta. The threats and everything was done on live in Atlanta at a national airport. Yeah, has security, people trying to travel safe, all this stuff. Now, he wants the fight to come to him. So it's going to be a whole bust down, breakdown, beat down, a disturbance of the peace of the travelers going through the airport, because he wanted to fight. Now people got to stop. That flight's going to have to be delayed because it's going to be a big crowd. Everybody finna start trying to film and do this and do that, all because he had absolutely nothing to do today but spend his time at a goddamn public airport where people are trying to travel safe as he posts up threats. This shit is insane. It's insane. He finna shut down the whole freaking airport. Have people lose money. Got to be calling in and telling why they missed their fight because they wanted to watch him. They were watching this fight over here. So they couldn't get through the thickness of the crowd that was created because of a fight. Does this shit make any sense to y'all? Really? Really? You mean there was absolutely nothing else productive to do but go create a hostile environment around people that don't even know that they could possibly be caught up in a hostile environment? Hey, Nari, one thing for sure, two things for certain. That nigga wasn't packing, because you ain't standing in no airport with no iron on you. He'd have had to knuckle up. He'd have went up in there bare naked. He ain't got no iron, no backpack, no luggage, no water, and no money to catch a flight. Where is you going, Bookham? Where is you going? You done got up, got dressed, looked like you done scrubbed your neck a little bit. So, okay. And you done upgrade your t-shirts to XX large. They ain't snuggly no more. You done made a little progress while I ain't been on this goddamn thing. Yeah, you have. See, the nose done grew a little bit. Oh shit, in his suitcase, and he went to the airport to make it look like he was going to fly somewhere and meeting somewhere. Yeah, but this right here, this can actually, I'm just saying, this get into the hands of the security, at this airport. Like he could be banned for something like this. He could have brought confusion and distraction and cost people money in the airport. Like his picture should be up on the walls up in there. You can't come in here. You're a disturbance of the peace. You doing all this shit here. Turns out though, y'all. It turns out this is Atlanta. This is George. He's in Atlanta, right? He's at the ATL whatever airport, right? But let me. Hold on, let me find this one. Because I don't know what's going on. Now, Scooby-Doo posts up. Scooby-Doo goes and posts up. What he post up? He posts up the airport place where he at in New York. Somewhere it's a totally it's mixed up. Now, I don't know if he thought he was supposed to be in Atlanta and Scooby-Doo is over in New York, or he didn't have the flight to actually fly to New York where Scooby-Doo was landed. I don't know, y'all, but the shit was funny as hell. I'm like, Bookham, yeah, like, you're in the wrong god dang on airport. You was supposed to be taking the flight to New York. That's where it says that he was gonna be landing there. What you doing in George? Let me see if I can find Scooby-Doo posted up, right? He posted up over there. He posted up like New York. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see if I can show y'all. He didn't. Scooby-Doo live too, y'all. Let me get off of here so y'all can go. Oh, wait, right here. He said, you looking for me? He said, you looking for me? And something ain't right. Because they in two different locations. Now, somebody didn't get the memo right. What's
going on? You put my kid on the dildo right where the fuck he belong with his fucking daddy. Daddy cross-dressing face. Motherfucker.
Oh,
you ain't looking for me.
They got the longest fight out here, y'all. Verbal fight.
You don't want none of this, boy. Real shit. You a bum. You could run to Rick Ross' house, run after celebrities, run down to the airport because you a bum. You don't.
Yeah, some just wasn't right about that one. I was like, wait a minute, they still fighting? They still finna wait a minute. But yeah, they just hilarious to me, and I like to laugh, but I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all get on up out of here. My conclusion with that is I think that when it comes to Mr. Kelly, I'll keep saying it over and over and over. It's free R. Kelly all day, but it can't be biased reading the paperwork. Even though you may feel some type of way about Mr. Kelly, there's still some who, what, when, where's, and why's pertaining to the decisions that Judge Donnelly made on her admission of evidence and denials of evidence. There's still some, and can a judge be questioned? Well, of course you can question it, and of course you can go on and dig. Was it lawfully and rightfully done on her behalf or not? So the shit runs deep. It's just as deep, as deep, as deep, as deep, as deep. You know, we'll continue to pray for Mr. Kelly, continue to pray for Jennifer Bonjean, to keep allowing her to have the strength and the energy for her to endure and keep fighting for her client, and a good outcome for this. As far as the debates and shit that goes on out here over the same stuff that who you debate with, shit weird as hell. Shit is weird as hell. I cannot believe it. I do, in my opinion, humbly, respectfully believe that, again, Drunken Larry is looking for or has found an avenue to help fight his agenda, which is more people on board now calling out, the parents, when the parents were being called out a long time ago. Had you strengthened up on that one, Drunken Larry, you just may have probably some highlights on those parents back then. But no, had to get swept under the rug because you actually teamed up with one of the parents. You volunteered and you did a whole lot of stuff that helped push this freaking conviction, allegedly, on Mr. Kelly. The paperwork, a whole bunch of women with all of this hearsay, she say, he did stuff information, and you played a part of that. And it's something that it's going to take you a while with you dealing with God on that one. You ain't got to deal with the public. But you have to deal with God on the things of why you did what. But yet then you're back out here reaching for the people to make your story now stand even stronger, which will push you outside more and more and more away from Angelo, Clary, and possibly, I guess you're trying to prove something to Jennifer Bonjean that you ain't had nothing to do with. I don't know how that's going to work out for you, but we're here to the end. We're going to watch it to the end. So, whatever. So, you say, Kel says, if you don't like him, the law is the law and it need to be followed. Exactly. A lot of people in their feelings, A lot of people are in their feelings. So, when it comes to him, and those folks needs to admit Kels was done wrong. The charges just do not fit. Baby, I ain't never agreeing with somebody that come back from 91, 92, 94. What in the hell? And like Jennifer Bonjean stated, they're expecting for Mr. Kelly to remember some things back 30, 40 years ago. How the hell are they? Because I know that I can't. Some things that is important, some of them are stuck and some of them haven't. But all of the ones that come out to myself, that's they man. He liked me, yeah, and I moved in. Who moved you in with? Did your parents go with you like they do for college and take your suitcase and all that stuff? I just moved in, moving in, you know. Charges charged for none of the two BS charges and all that's been down to him over the phone. I know that's right, cause they sure were. They sure were. That's my man, you know. I don't get it, but I do get it, when we think about females. So y'all know what? I'm finna to go find me something to eat on and then enjoy the rest of my night. I appreciate again all of y'all coming through, hitting that like button, sharing the channel, and vibing with me and obtaining your membership to help keep my channel growing and helping me pay for the stream and the YouTube channel out here. And I appreciate y'all. But I had to do family, that happens, and I had a birthday, so I had to recuperate, y'all. Woo, child, that wine was something else. That wine, y'all, that wine. Y'all have a good night. You're looking for me tonight? I'll probably be over on Mad Pill in the chat, vibing with him over there. Shout out to NOYB for his commentary. I did use a little bit of it just to make an agreeable point with him on that. I gotta go, y'all. Y'all have a beautiful night. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Before this ends, let me say this. I knew that Cardi B and that Offset shit was some bullshit. But everybody likes to keep following and putting all these goddamn celebrities up there and all this attention. I knew it. I was like, look at this shit here. Here we go again. They come out here, they got to keep track of who's all their fans and shit like that and rooting for them, and they finna divorce and they finna do that. Then it turns out, no, they good. But hopefully this was their last hoax that they done did on the people out here. Hopefully, because you can only keep running this for so long, but now it's getting a little bit pathetic. And I'm supposed to go over here too, and I gotta go see what Blueface doing with these two women again, because he done bought one of them little bugs, what is it, a car, and the other, I don't know why that Krishan or the other one stick around. I do not, but I understand Young Love. This Young Love got them two goddamn girls cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, 'cause ain't no way in the hell, no way in the hell should no man have it like that. I'm sorry. That boy run from one house to the next house, from one house to the next house. They'll know, though, once they get older, up in their 40s and 50s and 60s, they'll realize it. But right now, just got to let them play, I guess. I guess they got to play. Y'all take care. I'm out of here. gotta follow it because it's a little funny, honey. It's okay to look at it, Harlem, just to kind of laugh at that mess, girl. It's crazy. I be over there like, why? You know, why? But anyways, I'll see y'all around.